I am talking about bullying and harassment. What does it mean to be harassed or bullying? So I figured to start it off, the best way would be to first to define what is bullying and exactly what is harassment. So Google defines harassment as aggressive pressure or intimidation. Um, what does it mean when someone is harassing you? If someone, a person, a human being that is, that they could be harming you or insulting you verbally or annoying you on a regular basis negatively, that is called harassment. Yes. What are three types of harassment that I tend to notice a lot uh, in today's society um, and in a workplace as well as personally? Um, I notice verbal harassment, personal harassment, and psychological harassment. And what I mean by psychological harassment, that is through the use of a cell phone. Yes, you heard me. You can actually be abused or harassed through your cell phone by means of cell phone usage. Yes, it is possible. Um, some examples of harassment of what I just talked about: verbal harassment being behaviors that include things like threatening, yelling, insulting, or cursing at a person in public or in private, or in an open space uh, in the workplace. Um, Also, different forms of psychological or personal harassment could be, let's say you break up with someone and they continue to harass you through the phone, continue to call you after you have, broken up with them. You don't want to talk to them no more, and you just want to go on with your life, and they continue to call you and to want to speak to you after you told them that you basically don't want any more form of communication with that person. If they continue to call you on a regular basis as if nothing didn't even happen, unfortunately that is another form of harassment, and that can go as high as possible abuse. um, However, what I would like to talk to you about tonight is something that happened to me recently in a workplace, which was harassment, and it just was it was so shocking to me because of the way how it came about. I was very uh, unaware, or how can I say, unprepared for it. I didn't expect it, and it was just truly, best way I can call, truly shocking. And what it revealed to me was the ignorance of this young lady. So basically, I just started a new job somewhere, and so I work in a healthcare setting. And so, as I go into this other department to get the tools I need for the department in which I work um, I basically heard one of the young ladies talking about me. And it was in a very negative way. It was very petty. Um, they was basically, she was basically saying, I don't know, something about my hair or something. I don't know. I just thought it was very high schoolish and petty. But it made me sad because she was a minority. And I said to myself, I said, I didn't expect this from her, you know. I guess that's what the shock was about. And she continued to do this on a regular basis. Do I know her? No, I don't know her from a can of paint. Every time I walk in this particular area of my workplace, she's constantly talking about me. So I said to myself, I said, "Wow, obviously she must not be that busy because she actually finds time to talk about me." I said, "I must actually be on her mind a lot." But my husband told me, he said, "Well, that just proves that she's jealous of you." But knowing me, most people that know me know that, first of all, I'm very spiritual. And second of all, I refuse to stoop to people. I don't tolerate ignorance, you know? But I wanted to talk to you about what you can do to resolve this problem or this situation if you so happen to ever have to go through this like I did in the workplace. Um, First thing you need to do is keep some sort of documentation. Keep records of the harassment um, as it continues on a daily basis. And I always say, if you're not spiritual, it's okay. I don't judge no one. But if you are, the way to go with this is to pray and to fast for that person. Now, you may say, well, why should I fast for someone who is hurting me, who is putting me down? But actually, by you forgiving that individual and you're putting them on the forefront before God as a way of interceding on behalf of their soul salvation, you would be shocked at how fast you would get a response from God, in which He will use people to come along to confirm to you and to show you, hey, you know, I got this. You know, I'm about to make your enemy your footstool. You know, and only God can do that. Only God can. But if you're not spiritual and you don't believe in praying and fasting, I mean that's okay. You could talk to someone until someone listens. Get help. Talk about it. Don't hold it in and be like, oh, this is just happening to me. And you don't want to go down the road of depression, because that's definitely what it leads to. You will begin to feel sad and depressed, and next thing you know, you'll snowball into something, and you won't even know how you get there, basically. So you want to talk to somebody until someone listens. Get help. Secondly, I hope it never comes to this, but you may have to file a report with the police, um, depending on the level of the harassment. Like, for example, if somebody physically threatened to kill you or to do some kind of physical harm to you, yes, definitely file a police report. Um, but if it's not to that level, then you can pretty much go around other ways. Like for me, it was in a workplace, so I just basically have to talk to my supervisor, and I got to follow proper protocol as far as to how that go, which is to allow that supervisor to talk to the other supervisor and see if we can get things resolved. Sometimes things don't get resolved, and you know what? I'm okay with that. You know, um, I just believe in, I just believe that people know what they do. They may not know why they're doing it, but they know clearly what they're doing. And it's definitely a form of bullying. And can adults be bullied? Yes, undoubtedly, just like children. It's a shame that children can be bullied in school and yet adults can be bullied in a workplace. Sad. It's very sad. Um, in conclusion, what is happening in this world is that kids are killing themselves Children are dying over this, over bullying, because they are not being heard. No one is listening to them, you know, so they feel like there's no hope, you know, they feel like they're going to be bullied for the rest of their life, you know, and it's very sad because that is not what, you know, always happens. But if you decide to, you know, if you decide to talk to someone, you will see that it's better to, you know, get it out in the open, talk about it. You'll feel better. You know, you'll think about more better things. You'll stay positive. You'll think more positive. Everything. Life is precious, and it is getting shorter day by day. So you want to do all you can to live your life to the fullest pursuit of happiness, you know, as possible. Um, why not let that? Why not leave a positive impact to improve our society? You know, by being positively aggressive with finding a solution to it. You know, and there are many ways to solve problems. I found that out in life. Many ways to solve problems. So I just wanted to talk about this topic tonight. Um, because it just eats at me, and I said to myself, I said, this will be something that I would want the general public to hear, that there is hope, you're not alone, and these people that do this are, you know, well, of course they're negative, but they're very shallow people, you know. So unfortunately, we live in a world that evil coexists with good. So what you have to do is learn to adapt to change, but also, how can I say this? You want to be able to let that person know, hey, you may not like me, but you're going to respect me, you know? So, if you have any questions or comments, please subscribe to my channel, which is Raisin 3 in Philly, okay? I will return again with another um, subject to talk about shortly in my videos. This one is a little different from my usual videos, but I figured this was something that was very important that need to be addressed and talked about, because I know I'm not the only person in the world that's going through this. So if you would like to comment or leave a question, hit the subscribe button at the end of this video, and I hope to hear from you soon. God bless, and you have a good night. Bye bye.